The whole concept of questioning is the most important thing that anyone can do. It is a fundamental construct of the way that we function within the reality we inhabit. So questioning, the art of questioning, how to ask good questions. What is the foundation of a question, let alone a good one? What are the components of query, of inquiry, of interrogation, of investigation? What are those things? Those are active, participant, all basically, for the most part, starting with the mind and consciousness. You are curious about something. You are going to investigate something. You are going to go get invested in the space that something takes up. And you're going to learn it, own it, master it. That is the essence of what is missing and has been missing for decades. It's been purposely, and this goes back to one of my other components of what I keep rambling on about, the whole idea of the fact that the art of thought, to begin to understand the importance of questions, has been hijacked. How to think was replaced by what to think. What to think has permeated all of the components of the reality and the fabric that we inhabit and we navigate and we try to get through. So, the AI, the only way it works, the best way it works, is to ask the best question. I think that what's going to be an offshoot of this is going to be people are going to have to realize, well, I got to ask a better question. I've got to think about what I want to know, and I have to pose it to something. It doesn't think for you. It simply gathers based on the imagination and the curiosity and the overly fertilized field that you've stepped into now. What you've seen in there, and you are now asking questions about it. That data that's been written about, defined, and scribed for millennia about how to interpret this thing called reality, how to interpret these phenomenal existential experiences that we all have and that we can't explain. But this guy's got a definition. Well, they've got one over here too, but it's got some twists and turns to it. It's all speculation. But all of that speculation came from being curious and asking questions. The AI is actually bringing that back in its own way, and it should be because it's constructed to do exactly that. That, I think, is one of the unrecognized and soon to be realized benefits of this technology is people are going to have to think for a change to use the tool to get the most out of the tool. And that to me is like, oh, finally, people are being forced to do it. Not, you didn't have to say, well, if you want to get ahead in life, you learn how to ask questions and you go to school, you get the stamped piece of paper, you hang it on the wall, and you go about and get your picket fence and your four wheels, whatever. You get all your shit. And then you're comfy, and then you're doing your thing. And then you kind of become complacent. You settle, you sit, you become a couch potato covered in Cheetos watching The Simpsons. You're not curious anymore. You're allowing yourself, you're exchanging your innate, incredible, infinite capacity to think and to question and to imagine and to have curiosity. You're putting all that aside for something that is entertaining you. You don't have to think. You don't have to get engaged in any kind of mental exercise, exercising the mental capacities, let alone exploring and experiencing all of the infinite stuff that happens when the mind and the imagination are released and they are encouraged. They are given some kind of motivation to go explore. Curiosity just shows up when the experiences are so profound that you go, whoa, what was that? I want some more of that, or I want to stay away from that, or whatever the degree and scale is in between.